Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm excited to debut the new series, Fan Mondays, where these battles are actually played out by you guys, and you can submit the video codes to me, and I pick one every week to commentate over. I might actually start doing 2 videos at once, and we'll see how this goes. But this is the first one. Let me know what you guys thought of the series and the battle, and whether I should keep up the series or not. And yeah, so let's get into it. This battle was submitted by Nacho Josh, and basically he convinced me to use this battle because he's using a really cool Pokemon that we haven't seen. I haven't been able to feature on my channel at all, actually, Lapras. And his opponent is using a Pokemon that I've only used a couple of times, Mr. Mime. And his opponent's also got Scizor, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. So let's get into it. Now, Lapras is really known for running Assault Vest. It's, I think, one of the best items on Lapras because it's got incredible special defense and it's really bulky in general. And Josh actually uses it really well in this match. So let's see how the battle starts. So we're going to see Mr. Mime and Charizard come from the opponent's side while Lapras and Garchomp comes from Josh's side. Josh is actually not in a great position right now because that Mr. Mime surprisingly threatens that Garchomp very well. Garchomp here is just going to go for the Rock Slide. So, it's gonna, go for the flinch chance on Mr. Mime, as Mr. Mime does not flinch and actually gets the Icy Wind off. That's huge, decreasing Garchomp's speed, and doing a lot of damage. Look at that, 84 damage done from just the mere Icy Wind from Mr. Mime. Lapras takes it like a champ, but it's gonna take a lot of, it's gonna lose some speed too, as it goes for the Ancient Power into Charizard. So Josh's opponent must be elated right now, seeing how he escaped the first turn with the free Icy Wind and did not take very much damage. Here, Josh is gonna want to conserve that Garchomp. Really smart play, because Garchomp is the best way to take out Charizard with just the Rock Slide. So he's going to switch the Garchomp out into Mawile. Great switching, but also relatively risky, because if his opponent went for, say, a Heat Wave here and an Icy Wind, then Josh would be in a lot of trouble. Oftentimes, Heat Wave and Icy Wind would actually be enough to pick up the KO onto that Garchomp, but the Mr. Mime actually goes for a Wide Guard. This move makes sense, but the Charizard should outspeed the Garchomp after a Icy Wind, but the Charizard shows it's going for the Solar Beam, so Josh's opponent probably trying to just get as much damage off as possible. And you see here, Lapras literally takes that attack, not literally, but what a tank, super effective, and does around 80 damage. I mean, Lapras has got 231 HP to start off with, which is incredible. Gets the 4x super effective Ancient Power, brings Charizard under half. Obviously, not that great damage, but considering the 4x super effective, but still, you see how bulky that Lapras is. It is doing work. Charizard's going to protect here as the Mr. Mime switches out into the Scizor. Mawile actually doesn't Mega Evolve. This is a good play because you don't need the Mega Evolution right away, and for if any reason Josh wants to conserve and Intimidate for the later in the game, there's no, you can always have that option. But here Charizard's going to switch out to avoid any potential Sucker Punch. Good play from Josh's opponent. You definitely don't want to get Sucker Punch. Charizard is pretty big in this matchup. Lapras is going to switch out here, expecting the Bullet Punch from Scizor. Good play, as Lapras is known for the special defense bulk, doesn't want to take a super effective Bullet Punch here. Mawile is going to Mega Evolve finally. Josh says, I don't need that Intimidate now, might as well just get my full power off. As Scizor does go for the Bullet Punch onto that Amoonguss. Takes a good amount of damage, but Amoonguss does have that Rocky Helmet, so I'm sure Josh is more than happy about this turn. Sucker Punch does fail, and Josh is in a pretty tricky situation right now, but not the worst. Garchomp protects the following turn, as Mawile protects here too. Great play, honestly, from both sides, but the Scizor goes for a move I haven't seen personally since 2012, Acrobatics on the Scizor. Surprising, since Scizor still has an item, so Acrobatics not going to do full damage, but he definitely got some free damage off there as the Amoonguss basically spored into the Garchomp. But Amoonguss is going to switch out here back into Lapras, trying to get some Regenerator health and to, just heal some back. Scizor protects here. This is one play that I think I'm going to regret, my opponent's going to regret, as Garchomp does go for the Earthquake. It's going to do a good amount to both Pokemon, but both are relatively bulky, so they both survive, and Mawile's able to get the super effective play rough onto Garchomp. And like I was saying earlier, I think my opponent probably was going to regret protecting that Scizor, because I think Scizor really wanted to Bullet Punch the Mawile there. Because if Scizor, say, Bullet Punch the Mawile, would have gotten the chip damage, the extra damage like Garchomp needed to pick up the Earthquake KO. Garchomp would still survive. Scizor probably able to even take an Earthquake. When I used Scizor and Garchomp back in 2012, that was something I would do a lot. I would Earthquake myself and Swords Dance, and Scizor is relatively bulky. It's not even 3 KO by Garchomp's Earthquake if you make it bulky enough. So I'm surprised my opponent didn't go for that. And now that my opponent conserved this Garchomp, Josh conserved this Garchomp, so Garchomp is able to safely come in now and can just get a Rock Slide off. So Josh's opponent really needs to KO this Garchomp. Charizard is going to protect here, so Josh can use his turn to his advantage, and he goes for the Bullet Punch, but he targets the Amoonguss. Oh no! The reason why I'm saying oh no there is, you know Garchomp has the Rock Slide, so you know you need to KO the Garchomp, not the Amoonguss or the Lapras. Lapras is barely a threat right now, but unfortunately, the Bullet Punch does go into the Amoonguss, and now Josh's opponent is staring down some trouble. He's got a full HP Garchomp to go up against. Amoonguss is going to protect here, does not want to be KO'd by Bullet Punch, and Scizor continuing to try to target that Amoonguss instead of that Garchomp, as Garchomp is just continuing launching these Rock Slides off. Gonna pick up the KO on Scizor and do some good damage off onto Mr. Mime. So Josh is in a really great position right now. Charizard's gonna come back out, but of course, now Josh knows that his opponent has Wide Guard. Surprisingly, Mr. Mime does not go for a Fake Out. It's a move that a lot of Mr. Mimes carry. Fake Out could have actually saved Josh the game here, but no Fake Out there. Icy Wind is going to get off from Mr. Mime though. Let's see how much he can do to both Pokemon, and both hang on with just a sliver of HP. Though at this point, the Lapras probably would have been able to seal up the game anyway, as Amoonguss goes for the Spore here, and the game is all but over. But really interesting use of Lapras. Lapras was actually able to do a significant amount of damage to that Charizard, actually enough for the Garchomp to finish up the game with that Dragon Claw. So that ended up being a crucial play. And Lapras, you saw how little that Solar Beam did, considering how strong Charizard is, and how and Lapras, you know, just a Pokemon we don't see very often. So that Assault Vest set, really interesting. Let me know what you guys thought of the battle. Like always, huge shout out to Josh for submitting this battle, and like always, if you guys want your battle to be featured from now on the series, send me a code in the inbox and I will watch a couple of them and pick my favorite one to feature each week. Anyway, that's it for this week, guys. Let's get 500 likes like always on all these videos to continue the series, and I'll see you next time. Alright, peace.